say we're going live. The Hangout says it's on live, and I guess we are on live. Welcome to Face Off Hockey Show, the Mark and Scott New Year's extravaganza.
Woo!
How are you folks doing? There he is. There's Mark with the C. I'm Scotty Waz. No Johnny P. He's out enjoying a hockey game. He is out enjoying himself a Sabres Le Capitale game. I don't know how you can enjoy that. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't enjoy games like that. I don't know. Maybe it's who knows. Could be everybody. Mark, could you enjoy a game like that?
I enjoy any game. I enjoy all games. Every single game. Yeah, even the game Triple H.
There you go.
Brittany just stole my drink.
Okay, well, sounds about right.
How many beers deep do you think John is right now? Because he has all you can drink, I believe, at the Sabres game. Is that right?
Yeah, I think he does. And I'm going to say 7:30. It cuts off at second period, so I'm going to say at least 4.5.
I'm saying more than that.
There's Brittany.
And Brittany says hello.
There she is, keeping her Cal Ripken Lake streak alive.
That's it. It's at 2
weeks. So there we go. You got to start somewhere, right? 2 consecutive weeks with a Mrs. Pitanto sighting.
That's it.
So that works out. We'll keep the board intact there. But yeah, he has to be at least 4 in, right? I mean, it depends on when he got there though, too, as well.
I bet he got there early. I mean, John's typically a planner, so I'm guessing he got there early. He got himself, because I believe they opened that place like an hour or two before the game. So I would
like an hour or two before general public.
No, before the game. So
okay.
Probably general public time. Well, maybe, I don't know. Like during warm-ups, because he could have easily polished off 2 beers just before warm-ups.
Yeah, they open up. They open up an hour before game, which is half hour before warm-ups. So
we're looking at an hour and a half then. Yeah, okay. 4 beers might be right then.
We could be there. We could be at that point.
And they could have gotten food somewhere beforehand. I don't know. It's hard to speculate. I'm not going to speculate.
We're not going to speculate, but we're speculating.
I'm going to stop speculating.
How was your Christmas, brother? How was
good. Good. The traveling road show went to Philadelphia this week. It was good times. Got a Capitals ornament for the tree that lights up, among many other things, which was pretty cool. I can't say that I really got any overwhelmingly crazy gifts. They're all first married couple gifts. We got a lot of ornaments, a lot of first married couple ornaments.
Nothing wrong with that.
Or first married Christmas. That's what it is.
Is that the technical term for it? Is that what Hallmark says it is?
Yeah. Okay. All of that strung together.
Sounds good. That's excellent. That sounds great.
So that's what we got. How about you, Scotty?
Well, I want to pose this to you. You talk about no big, like, are we past the age where the point where big gifts are a big deal now? Because it's almost like, if we have expendable money, we will go out and get it ourselves, right? I mean,
yes, absolutely, 100%. Unless somebody buys me one of those Lexi with a bow on it, I don't think I'm going to get really crazy excited about many Christmas gifts anymore in our old age.
Yeah, I mean, I got excited. I got amped up because my mom's like, "I'm going to buy you socks and send them up for Christmas." I got no socks. There's no socks in that box. I'm like, wait a minute, this is
that's Bush League. You don't tell somebody they're going to get something and not give it to them.
I got microfiber underwear though. That's interesting.
How can you find the fibers?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, okay, well, this is like silk, but it's not silk. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. That was two separate thoughts.
Yeah, so tell me about microfiber underwear. Is it more comfortable? Is it like the sheets? Is it Egyptian cotton?
I think it wicks away. It's a wicking thing.
I'm hoping you don't need to wick away too much moisture.
I don't know, dude.
Unless they're diapers or something.
In my old age, dude, you sweat when you sleep. So who's to say? So yeah, no, like I look at them just like, well, this is a new product. I'm like, okay, well, I barely wear boxers as it is, you know. I'm a hybrid guy as it is, so we'll see how this whole thing goes. And I'm looking, how do I wash these? Because I was like, okay, warm water with light colors. Okay, I don't use warm water at all, so we're gonna have to do a whole new thing entirely. So I called my mom, who got these for me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? What are we trying to pull here, Barb? What is this? So that's to be determined. How we plan those out. Other than that, yeah, dude, it was really cool. Kiddo got a lot of stuff from our side of the family, which is always what it's about. So she got a lot of My Little Pony stuff, a lot of Pokemon stuff. So her DS is going to be on fire for the next couple of months.
Nice.
3 DS games. I'm like, holy jeez.
Are you excited at all about the new Pokemon mobile game that's going to be coming out? Have you heard about this?
I have the Pokemon Go, which full disclosure, I was never a big I saw Pokemon cartoons because back in our day, how could you avoid it?
Yeah, I never was. I never was a huge Pokemon person either, but
it looks cool.
It does look pretty cool.
It looks really badass.
I'm not gonna get one of those watches because the watch apparently vibrates when like something, presumably a Pokemon, is around you because it's a real world game. It's like geocaching, but for Pokemon and games. So like you're gonna wander around, and then the game knows where you are based on your GPS, I guess, location, and it can find other people for you to battle, and it can tell you where to catch Pokemon in the wild, which I don't know how that's going to work exactly. But I'm excited to see how the technology is going to be used. Less so about like it could have been it's only big because because of the name. I feel like it could have been something else, and I would have been equally excited about it. Maybe not. I don't think maybe that might have been a lie. I'm not excited about it based on the fact that it's Pokemon, solely Pokemon. I'm excited because of how the technology is going to be used. I think it's going to be cool, and I think and this is going to make me really nerdy, but I have a feeling that this little thing, the Google Cardboard, might come into play with that at some point. So you can put me on board with Katie as being kind of excited about this whole Pokemon renaissance, if you will.
Yeah, well, she doesn't know of like the earlier stuff. So like I was teaching her of like, hey, no, there's this girl named Misty. She was there too before this other broad was in there. And I think
they are also re-releasing the card games.
Yes, I saw that as well on the internets. And I'm just like, well, that's pretty. I never understood the card games. The only card games I understand is the super card stuff that we do occasionally. But Katie's trying to get into that, and her cousin Danny is very into that. So that's something that they can bond over. So that helps.
Excellent.
But yeah, I think the ass also vibrates when you're about to get an ass kicking for wearing that such a gaudy thing out there in the open.
Yeah, it sort of looks like a Fitbit, I guess, but it's not keeping you in shape. It's probably the opposite of keeping you in shape. Although it does make you walk places to go find the Pokemon that just vibrated in your pocket. So
that sounds
I guess it sort of does keep you in shape because it
I don't know,
makes you walk around. I guess I don't know.
The watch kind of is big, like all things considered. Like when you look at it up close. Give me 2 seconds. We'll do a Scotty screen share here of it because I am a total weeaboo. Here we go. So there you go. There's the platform. It definitely looks Pokemonish. It has that little drop of the fantasticness, like your little icon on your phone. But overall, it looks so cool.
And I enjoy that it's a top to bottom game. That's going to help me stick with it because the sideways games are just unnatural for me.
Well, yeah, it's so much work you got to do, and depends if your screen's big enough. It's one of those things, and I would like to see how the battle deals with how you deal with the battle and also how much of a racket this is going to be for mobile companies who are going to make a cake off of data. All things considered, because you're going to need to use a lot of data unless you got free Wi-Fi everywhere.
I mean, I'm on T-Mobile, so I have free everything everywhere. So,
boom,
yeah.
look at you. We don't
take that, Rogers.
I'm like, yeah, no, trust us. Take that, Rogers. Indeed, I think our cap is 5 gigs maybe for data, so you have to turn your data on and off and stuff like that. So mine's only 2 gigs, and I tried to barely use data as much as possible, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to use it to tether up something else. Who's to say?
Sometimes you got to race.
Mm-hmm. So you guys just went up to Philly? Nothing. No other adventures for the Christmas season.
Yeah, no other crazy adventures, just Philly, and then New Year's Eve we'll be headed to the beach for New Year's. Dewey Beach to be exact. So
that's cool.
Good old Delaware.
Delaware, Delaware.
I'm in Delaware.
Oh, Wayne's World, the best. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Pretty much. I'm trying to think of what else I did at Christmas. No, I was.
It's all about the kids these days. I've noticed. Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Christmas is almost like it's fun. And it's fun to celebrate. Like, it was fun for Brittany and I to celebrate our first Christmas together. But it was more fun watching her niece open gifts because she's 1 year old and, like, she doesn't really know what's going on. But there's bright lights and noises.
And presents.
Yeah, and a tree, which she doesn't really understand either.
Well, who does? The pagans. Yeah, actually, I think I talked about because we had Katie's Christmas last Wednesday, so I'm pretty sure I talked about some of it. But Santa's still real. So that's cool, I guess. I mean, and that's also one of the things you like to see when kids open up stuff. Santa's still a thing. I'm like, oh, cool.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty awesome.
Nobody ruined it yet?
Not yet. No one's blown up her spot, and she's not smart enough to figure out this whole gimmick. So I guess, we're both at fault here as people. Christmas Eve, I spent at Mr. Mike's Casual Steakhouse and Bar in Airdrie, and boy, did we stay there for a bit and had a good time. We got full of Christmas cheer indeed.
Did you ever?
Let's see. I didn't watch the show anyway. The bar closed at 3:00. We didn't leave until 11:30. So what's up?
There you go.
We just sat and watched the football game and yelled at the Raiders. It was great.
I forgot that game was on. 'Cause it's Thursday night.
Yep.
But the NFL, like when they were making the schedule, the NFL couldn't be like, it's Christmas Eve, so we should probably play this game another night. No, they were like, it's Thursday. We can't do anything. It's a law. We got to play Thursday nights.
Well, the funny thing is a couple years ago when it was a Sunday Christmas, they pushed every game to Christmas Eve that Saturday. And I that was like the first year I started going to Mr. Mike's for Christmas Eve. And I remember it vividly because there was like fucking a shit ton of games on. And we just sat and watched all the games on. I was like, oh, this is great. This is perfect.
Yeah. I don't understand why they don't just, not do it.
Got to make that money, man. You got those contracts to honor.
True.
Now more than ever. We have. I didn't realize there were Saturday games on. Starting a few weeks back, and I'm just like, oh Christ, my fantasy team is gonna hurt. But then I realized 2 leagues I didn't give a shit about, and one I didn't have anybody playing Saturday, so I bummed out on that one.
Oh, there you go. That's good. Yeah, the Saturday games. Every year, I had the same conversation with myself, and it's. Are those Saturday games starting soon? I could have sworn that there were Saturday games last year. And then somebody tells me, no, not till college football's done. And I said, oh, so it must be, after New Year, then maybe in the playoffs there's Saturday games. Like, yeah, it's definitely the playoff games that you're thinking of. And every year the Saturday regular season games come up. And every year I'm surprised by them.
That's the one game of the year. It's just like, oh, wait, at least these are a thing. Okay, well, all right, super. Guess football, and then college bowl games start, or the semifinals are tomorrow, aren't they?
I believe so.
New Year's Eve. How about that? Good for them.
So the one thing that I guess, and my memory, maybe it's just my memory is the problem. Has the NHL always shut down for like 2 or 3 days over Christmas, or was that just recently that started happening, or was that just this season?
No, I think recently it happened in terms of. Actually, I'm trying to say. I want to say they shut down at least the 24th and 25th for sure. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I don't know if it was the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So
yeah, I don't know if they did that either, but I do definitely remember the 24th and 25th. I believe them being off. But I don't remember them ever doing that, but maybe I'd never really noticed. Maybe I never really
Paid that much
chose to
attention.
notice.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's weird because with all this, like, they don't shut down during Hanukkah.
No,
Like
you can't shut down it during every Jewish holiday though. There's like 14 of them out of a 12-month span.
I
You know.
don't see us shutting down during Ramadan.
I don't even know when Ramadan. Kwanzaa began the 26th. I don't know when it ends.
I don't. They
I don't
probably
know when
played
Ramadan
games on
begins either.
Festivus.
Huh.
They played the games on Mike Scribba's birthday.
Well, that should be a holiday. We should cancel
Yeah,
games for Mike Scribner's
it's
holiday.
it's Festivus.
It is Festivus. Do you celebrate Festivus?
No.
Oh.
But we were teaching our young cousins about what Festivus means.
Yeah.
They didn't understand.
No, of course. In time they'll understand.
Yeah, once they have grievances to air, they'll get it.
Oh, believe you me, they will. I haven't told my kid that because she's too amped for Christmas, but maybe one of these years. Maybe when she hits the next year.
Yeah, as soon as the jaded nature of adulthood sets in, that's when we'll teach them about Festivus.
For me, that clicked in at 11. So I don't know. Hopefully, the kid's a little bit more, has more wherewithal and waits till at least 14 until the bitterness starts to set in.
So high school, that's about right.
Yeah, just around high school.
Then again, Festivus didn't exist for us until middle school. So
yeah.
Right? Let's see when the Festivus episode aired.
By the way, I just want to talk about the Canadian grading system up here in terms of just how kids go to school. High school's only 10, 11, 12 up here.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't get it either. I was just like, okay, that's interesting. What's middle school? They're like, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, why didn't you just throw the 9 on? Okay, you know what? Don't worry, I can't deal with you hosers.
So yeah, so what is it like a what do they do with the 9s?
The 9s are in middle school. It's their last year of junior high school.
But I hate junior high school.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's bad. So,
all right, the strike episode aired in 1997, so it was our 8th grade year. December 18th,
no.
1997, or was that our freshman year?
Freshman year.
So we were already in high school by the time Festivus was a thing.
How about that? And it wasn't until college where we'd be after college until we're just like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah. Well, I distinctly remember celebrating it in high school because of Mike Scribba's birthday.
That makes sense. Have you talked to him in a while?
No, but apparently he lives in like pretty close by me in Rockville. I should go say hi to that guy.
Just pop in. Just say, hey, buddy.
Hey, it's me. What's up? It's been a while. How's it going?
I haven't talked to you since forever.
Yeah.
Oh well. Things happen. There's
good
so many
times, but yeah. So wow, I felt like it's weird to me. Well, that was almost 20 years ago, so never mind. Like 1997 feels so long ago, but at the same time, not that long ago. Like high school doesn't seem that long ago.
No, those years seem vivid to us, and I think that's just because of the product of where we went to, Mount St. Joe. Mount St. Joe. Oops.
Mount St.
Joe. Hail all hail.
Mount St. Joe.
Mount St. Joe. Depending on who you were. Yeah. So yeah, but no. The 97 is very vivid to me. It's the first year I started travel hockey, so that was a thing.
When you realized you didn't like pants all that much.
Yeah, that's when it first came to fruition. It's like, hey, these are really itchy. I don't know what's going on with these things. Maybe I can start a revolution. And then yeah, dude, like I can almost every big moment I think about in my life, I'm like, wow, that happened in high school. Wow, was that? Oh, wait, hold on a minute. We had our 15-year reunion apparently, or something like that. Last year. No, this year coming up.
Yeah, this should be. Well, I mean, so 15 years should be starting this. Well, we graduated in 2001, meaning that like it should have been last year, right?
No, because that would have been.
During this school year. So yeah, this coming May should be our. Should be our 15th. Our anniversary. Yeah, because the 16th. Our whatever it's called, not anniversary, but. Yeah. Our graduation anniversary. Our grandiversary. That doesn't
Granniversary.
sound right.
Sounds like an anniversary you have for your grandma. Happy anniversary. It's not a birthday anymore. Yeah, no, but it's also like we're at that point in time where it's just like, okay, the people we want to deal with, we deal with on social media already.
Yep.
So we'll go party with that. And I think I remembered looking at pictures from people who did like a 10-year anniversary, and I don't think it went well.
I went to the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, did you? How
I
was
did.
that?
It was at Mother's in
Of course it was.
in Fed Hill. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Federal Hill.
Yeah.
It wasn't that there weren't that many of us. Naylor was there, of course.
Yeah, but he didn't know about the thing. That was
He
the
didn't
problem.
know. He was just there. I want to say Jeffrey showed up. Well, Fitz was still Fitzin at the time, so I think Fitz showed up.
Yeah, Fitz didn't get thrown out unceremoniously.
I want to say Father Mike
Sounds like a father
might
might
have shown up. I mean, he loves boozing, so he probably was there. I distinctly remember talking to Matthew Kane was
Oh, that's
there.
cool.
Distinctly remember talking to him. And I don't remember who else was there, to tell you the truth. Beyond that, I don't really remember. Like, I think I don't really remember talking to anyone else for any length of time.
That sounds about right. I mean, yeah, like I said, social media, we connect with those people, and if you want to hang out with them, we hang out with them. If we don't, we don't.
Mm-hmm. So
Just-
reunions are a thing of the past, I think, especially at an all guys school. Like, it's not like our reunions are being held over Thanksgiving and the people who haven't done anything crazy, like awesome with their lives, are trying to hit on their high school girlfriends, because there are no high school girlfriends there. You know,
We should try to get something with Keo or DeSales.
a
Like
jo-
a joint.
now,
a joint.
that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I
trying to
should.
think
What's his name? Joe. God, who's the guy in charge of the reunions, the alumni department? I forget who it is, but I'll
Is it
email him. And be
Poisel
like,
still?
yeah,
Is it-
yeah, Poisel, not Joe Poisel. James Poisel.
James
That's what
Poisel,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah,
I
it's
think he's
Chris's
still there.
brother, right?
Chris's
He still
cousin.
does it. Chris's cousin. He still does it, from what I understand. Yeah,
Excellent.
get on that. You should say, what's up with the joint Keo reunion?
Yeah.
Way more people would come to that for sure.
Way more people would come to that, and way more awkwardness would happen, and there would be way more stories.
Hey, remember that time we were in high school at the mixer? Yeah, it was fun.
When was the last mixer you went to? Like, what grade?
Definitely senior. I definitely
Really?
went to
You
senior
went
year mixers.
floor. Holy jeez. I think I stopped
Me and-
sophomore year.
Me and Joe Miller,
Of
not
course.
TV's Joe Miller, but Joe Miller, went to my senior year, went to a Mount DeSales mixer, dressed as cowboys, just because there wasn't a themed mixer or anything. We just went dressed as cowboys and proceeded to teach everyone, including the nuns that had to work the event, how to line dance. And we don't know how to line dance. We were just making things up as we went along. And yeah, we were line dancing to like Ludacris because they weren't playing country songs.
Shocking.
I don't know. It was a weird night, to say the least. But that's probably the last mixer that I went to. That wasn't like a prom.
Yeah, no, like your homecomings and your proms and stuff. Yeah, I'm talking straight up mixers. Like, hey, you have to go and present ID, and then
Yeah.
if you're of one of the affiliated schools, we'll let you in.
You had to have a ticket and everything. Yeah. Probably senior year.
Yeah, I think I stopped going sophomore year. I went to a couple of DeSales freshman and sophomore year because I knew a couple girls there. But other than that, I was just like, okay, well, this is a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, super.
All the Spalding folks. You know, for all the people that we knew at Spalding, I never went to any Spalding dances. I guess that's because they had guys and girls there and probably didn't need to invite people from other schools. Did they even have dances? Or did they just go to other people's dances?
I don't know. I think they might have their own like mixture sock hop things. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's any other schools that were invited to that as well, because I'm pretty sure everyone got really catty and stuff like that. But yeah, we knew a lot of people at Spalding, like either through transfer or people that we went to middle school or whatever with.
Yeah, I mean, you went to school with all of them.
I went to school and played hockey with a lot of them too.
Yeah.
and that's pretty much how I knew him. Is I just played hockey against him, and like when we were playing our club teams, we'd be shit talking each other in the locker room about the school games that were coming up and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's fun, and chirp on the bench and things like that. I knew a lot of people back in the day, and the Maryland hockey circles, because I trained a lot of them too when I did the death camps that JP had in his backyard. Those were stories.
It's a dryland training.
No, well, here's what it was. It was dryland training, but he had it out in the back of his house. Like he had a big
That
pool.
so wouldn't fly these days.
Dude, I'm lucky. We're surprised it flew this way. He had a big we had a big pool in his backyard. He had his little, like, the pool house had a skate shop, had extra pads, had different things. Like he did a lot of his own goalie pad making. And things like that. And before that, we went to the rink the one time that he bought or rented out that facility and made into an ice rink there.
Yep.
And before that, it was in the back of his house. And what he had over top of it was like I would say 6 foot like patio or deck or whatever. He built a artificial rink made of artificial ice. So he had the first invention of artificial ice, where he had the artificial ice laid out, plastic ice, all kinds of crazy stuff. He had a little locker room in there, and then we had a dry land training out there too. So we would have an hour of on ice session. It's like small, like no bigger than my room here, size ice, and just you skate it around. And basically, what it would do is create resistance when you skate it and make your muscles down. And the only way you could do it is if you got in the proper skating position, which was knees bent, like shoulders down, butt down, and everything like that. And then there was an hour and a half of skating in the morning, then pool exercises, then lunch, then hour and a half of shooting for the goalies, and then hour and a half dry land, and then go home. And that was it. And we did that. I did that for 2 summers, and then like we switched it up and went, like, we do dry land training, and there was a park over there. We do like our running and stuff like that over in the park. But yeah, it was fucking hell, man. Because if you didn't do something right, or if you fucked up so bad, like either on a skating drill or a shooting drill, like if you hit the goalie in the face, you had to do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups before anybody.
I like that. I should have instituted that for Deadeye. God,
yeah.
Ken Chambers would have had to do so many push-ups.
He would have just quit at that point. And then if goalies fucked up by letting their hand or not being in the proper position and let it drop, they did have to do 50 up downs.
Oof.
You get in the butterfly, pop up, butterfly up, butterfly up, butterfly up. I'm just like, oh,
yeah, that sounds terrible. I don't want to do any of that.
No, I haven't heard from him in like a decade now. So don't worry, I think you're fine. But yeah, that's where I learned all my coaching and training stuff. And like at 16, 17, I was running a camp. At 19, I was coaching a team, and I didn't have certification, but let's keep that on the DL.
What do you need certification for?
That's what I said. Well, it's funny because MSJ put out a thing for a varsity assistant coach, and I'm just like, well, what kind of certification do you need? And Mike Marley, who was a big-time superstar for the varsity team, went to Penn State. He's just like, nah, just show up. I'm like, oh, that's if I was there, I'd do it. But
I feel like this is a trick.
Yeah, I feel like somehow I'm gonna get busted, and Chris Hansen's gonna walk through that door. But yeah, I mean, like those JP, and then at the end of the year, we would go down to Ocean City, and there's a place called the Carousel in Ocean City. I don't know if you know of this hotel.
I don't believe I do.
Now, it's a decent hotel if this was 1973.
Okay.
It's got because I think the decor hasn't changed since then. But they have a rink in the middle of the hotel.
Of course they do.
And it's about, I would say, 80 feet by 40 feet.
Okay.
And boy howdy, we decided, hey, what better way to do this than to put 20 kids out there doing a hockey camp. We'll have strings out there so they decapitate themselves if they're not playing well, or if they're not skating right. We'll do these really crazy drills. You know what? We're going to bring a couple of former ECHL guys in who are still playing. One guy's about to go play in the Russian Elite League. The other guy's about to go forge his career in the Central League. we're going to go ahead and have those guys play against these guys and rough them up and maybe give Scotty a concussion. Guess what happened? I take on a big 6'3", 225 Russian guy in a drill where we're going one-on-one and I have to hit him and he hits me. That seems great for a 17-year-old kid, don't it?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
This was before the days where you could sue for negligence like that.
Yeah. It was before my mom and dad were all for it. They were sitting there cheering on. There's like, hey, go get him, kid. I'm like, oh.
That's
okay.
my son on the ground.
Exactly. My dad, Stan was yelling, get up, you pussy. Oh, Jesus, Stan.
That sounds about right.
Stan, I'm a little concussed here, brother. All right, I found a picture of it. Like I have pictures of my own free recognizance, and maybe I can go get those when I'm stalling for time here. But here's a picture of the Carousel ice rink, and this will give you to scale how big it is. This is literally, it's corner over here to corner over there. So
those
corner
are all
to corner
children on the ice,
and those are all small children.
Yeah, that's how small the rink was.
So I would say probably neutral zone, right? Blue line to blue line.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, yeah, maybe
Probably
a little bit more, but yeah,
a little bit bigger. Maybe top of the circles.
Yeah.
Still, not a lot of room.
And the little part. I mean, was it a perfect oval, or is that part down the bottom?
Oh no, this was crooked. It was literally like
nice.
You have to worry about this, and then down here, and then it slips all around.
That seems safe.
No, it was. I think obviously it was. Why wouldn't it be? They wouldn't have put us out there in unsafe conditions, Mark.
No.
Like this was 97, brother. I mean, come on. Oh, here's a better view of the rink, and this will give you the full Monty of it all, because this shows you everything. There it is. Look at that. Look, you got the two little things here and here.
Wow.
And just how glorious that is.
A set of steps going down onto the ice.
Yep. Yep.
That seems...
Well, you see, there's a little compartment here you can very faintly see right by the steps. That was where the hose and the ice scrapers were. There was no Zamboni. You had to all DIY it. So you hose it, you scrape off the ice with the shovels, and you hose it down with hot water and let it set, and then that's how you do it.
Just like the old backyard rinks.
Exactly, back in the day. But man, did we have crowds for that, man. It's like something Ocean City's never seen. So, like, you had people staying at the hotel just going like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this going on? And they would sit and they would watch. And it was funny because JP used to be a trainer for the Baltimore Skipjacks and Chesapeake Icebreakers. So, like, he'd been around the game. So we trusted him for a reason. And, he did teach me a lot, and, whatever, it's scumbag, but most people in hockey are, so
yes.
Whatever. But he's just like, he tasked me. He's just like, hey, go over to McNutt, his kid, Steve McNutt, a great player. Sideline by concussions, which sucks because he could have been great. He's like, hey, go over to McNutt and drop him. I'm like, pardon? Yeah, go over to McNutt, drop him. Let's have a fight here. There's enough people here. Let's get him riled up. Like, okay. It was like almost the end of practice anyway. It got us out early. So like, all right, cool. I'm all for that. So doing a drill, and it was like open ice. So we had guys on the side, and it was just straight down the middle. So I'm just like, I hack his shin pads, and I hack him in the back of the leg. I start pushing him. I'm like, hey, let's go. And I literally told him, like, hey, JP wants us to go. I'm like, okay. Then we're just like, helmets off. We threw our helmets off and just started just dueling there. And I think he got a little bit better of me because he had that rage issue going. And I was just like, okay. I got some punches in. He got some good hits in. And away we went off to the locker room. And that was the end of our session for the day. And it's like, that was actually pretty cool. So now we
you don't see that in youth practices anymore.
No, you don't see that with two 16-year-olds and one kid who becomes a scientist. So... that was a hell of a time. But yeah, we had Eddie Persian, who played for the Icebreakers for a bit, and then he played for the Russian Super League for a couple years.
These names sound made up.
I know. Believe you me, I thought they were too. And then we had Marco Iman, who was the Central Hockey League MVP or United Hockey League MVP, and then he was a Central Hockey League goalie. One for the who did he win for? I'll have to look up because he actually was a great goaltender after he got rid of got out of the ECHL. He played for the Rapid City Rush. I think he played for the Rush. I'm going to eat my words here in a second when Hockey DB loads up. Colorado Eagles, Arizona Sundogs, Tulsa Oilers. Won a championship with Colorado. Fayetteville Fire Ants won a couple of awards there. Player of the Year stuff in the SPHL. So yeah, dude, he was a pretty damn good goaltender. And like he was like one of the drunkest ones we've ever had in terms of he got drunk one night and literally went out to the sand and started making car noises saying he was a dune buggy. Fucking French Canadians, holy Jesus!
Can't trust them.
No, not at all. You can't trust them one bit. And he went 33-15-3 in the UHL with the Elmira Jackals, and then 28-8-0 with the Colorado Eagles in 2006-07. Dude was a stud. I'm gonna see if his words pop up here on the Wikipedias. Yep, he was UHL MVP in 2002-03, and then SPHL goalie of the year, some bullshit like that. So
some crap like that. Who keeps track of those things?
Yeah, who knows? Let's see. There was what was another thing? There's Eddie Persian.
And another thing.
The cool thing is that sitting back that first year when Eddie was there, he played for Dynamo Moscow. Like he played for the team in Russia at the time in the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was sitting down with us like one night. It was just about curfew time, so we're just sitting there in the little lounge area of the hotel, and he's just telling us stories about how they would have to train and how the Russian system worked. And they did dry land for 4.5 hours a day, maybe an hour of practice on the ice, and then another 3 hours after that. I'm just like, Jesus Christ on a bike. That's way too much. This is not good. I don't know. I don't want this in my life.
No.
He played with Maxim Kuznetsov, for Christ's sake, and that's a name we kind of vaguely know from his days in Buffalo. But yeah, dude. Then he played for the Icebreakers for a couple years. Then the Cleveland Lumberjacks, Toledo Storm, Charlotte Checkers, Wheeling Jerry Nailers. Wow, his last 2 years. I wish I was around for that. He actually did. He had 74 points in 65 games and 67 points in 66 games. Became a point per game guy. Holy shit! How'd I miss this? Oh well, what can you do? How'd I miss this? Why? Oh yeah, that's right. I was about to move to Canada.
Yeah.
Two shits. I forgot the ECHL existed because they broke my heart one year. Whatever. What can I say? So yeah, that was. He played with the other Sergei Fedorov, but it was FTDOTOV. Fedorov.
Sneaky bastard.
And also Maxim Afinogenov he played with when Maxim Afinogenov was 15. So that was interesting. So there you go. Yeah, Eddie taught us a lot. He was a fun dude. Like he was big Russian guy, big hulking dude, and just heart of gold kind of guy. It was pretty cool. That was a cool experience. Like that kind of also turned me off saying that also showed me like, okay, these guys are really good and they're only in the ECHL. I've got zero hope. Okay, well, we'll see how far this dream takes me. And then I screwed my knee up in college, and there we are. Doing a look at the scoreboard drill and always pivot around the circles, and you hit a rut in this stupid Aston ice, and boom. There we go. Actually, stall for time for a second because I actually know where the photos are at.
All right, he's gonna go find the photos. I was just trying to check the score of the Caps game. Caps are down 1-0 right now to the Sabres. So John Patanzo may be finishing that fifth beer of his, perhaps even sixth, depending on when they started. So Scotty runs off to get photos from our youth. Clearly, we're having a very, very in-depth, news-worthy face-off hockey show tonight. Tons to talk about, clearly. We have some injuries that we're going to get to shortly. But as we recount our youth hockey days, Scotty appears to... Yeah, I don't have any youth hockey days unless you count us taking slap shots at each other in the driveway. John and I.
Well, we can recount on that. So here we go. So you can see the pool here in the pro shop, which is over here. And where this blue tarp was the ice, the fake ice. We went out there and did shots and stuff on, and it was literally like 25 by 10 feet. It was like the weirdest goddamn thing. Super small in some dude's backyard. Literally the highway. This was in PG County too. Like this was right off of 197. Nice. So yeah, patio
Probably
stuff.
the best thing that PG County has seen in quite a while.
Quite a while. There you go. There's like the dynamic. My mom took this picture at the edge of the net, or the edge of the viewing area, and there was the net. So not a lot of room to shoot at, and it got really congested when you had like 17, 18 guys on the ice at one time. Just a lot of crazy bullshit going on. Power play sports. There was a dryland training area where we'd have the slide boards and the medicine ball and the jumping up and the fan. So
it looks like he made those signs in the little shed that he had.
You know who made those signs?
I don't.
Stan worked the sign shop back in PG County days, and he used his spare time to do that signs for JP and signs for the Chesapeake Icebreakers, and make their locker room signs.
That Stan is a stand-up guy.
Stand-up guy, and there's another shot of the thing and the rink, and that maroon thing is also the locker room. So, but the little locker room there, we kept our stuff there. Me and some random chick, sounds about right.
Is that the Spalding Senior prom that we went to?
No, it was just some broad that we met in the hotel. Me and my buddy Derek. I'm in the shirt because I have body shame issues. And we met these two girls in the hot tub, and yeah. Derek used to go to St. Joe too, but I think he left after a couple years.
I see.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. So here's our group here of guys. I am right here. Right next to me is Will Torres, buddy of ours.
Yes.
Played hockey there, and as you can see, the goalie pads are all Mattingly goalie pads, so that helps
nice
build the brand. And here we go. Now, if you want to take a look at this is a nice panoramic shot. We put cones on the ice.
Oh, dear Lord.
And everybody had to go through these cones and all around these cones and shit. And it was bedlam, to say the least. Because here we go. Perfect. Here we go. You see the cones. And then on this side here, we had these wood blocks that you had to chop over. So you had to jump over those blocks and like do little chip chop skates.
Did the goalies even have to chop over them?
Yeah, the goalies.
That sounds like I would break my neck.
Actually, no, I think the goalies had to skate through it, but they had to be in position all the time. So you go forward, pivot, go back, pivot, go forward, pivot. You could probably break yourself there too.
Yeah, well, that at least makes more sense.
Sure. Very faint picture, but us doing 50-50s because somebody fucked up the drill.
Nice.
Sounds about right. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice, perfect example of what the guys had to do. Jump over the blocks like so. Joey Chikala wearing his Adidas pants.
Yeah, I was about to say, looks like you guys are wearing Cooperalls there.
Essentially is what we do. A lot of the guys wore either Cooperalls or they wore roller hockey pants. So
just for practice, though.
Well, yeah, no, this is like for camp stuff. So here you go. Here's a bigger view over top of the private training center and stuff like that. And
wow.
From the balcony of my mom, because we started this shit at 8 a.m. We did this.
Mm-hmm.
So we woke people up because that's what we were wont to do. Here's me over here. Will Torres, Matt Fuller here, and Will Torres over there. We're shooting on Marty Legault, former Merrimack College goaltender, former ECHL goaltender, former CHL goaltender.
Marty the Go.
Yes, Marty the Go. Oh, here's another great drill where we had to do sit-ups across the ice and propel ourselves one end to the other.
Ugh.
That didn't kill our abs at all.
That sounds brutal.
This, and you wonder why I call it death camp. Here you go. You see those little ropes? Duck under those ropes, you're going to get decapitated, kid. But hey, here's the thing. Jump over them. But guess what? There's wood blocks here, too, that you have to worry about. So don't worry about the wood block. Don't worry about the thing, because the wood blocks will get you if the things don't. Oh.
This was the Gordon Bombay School of Training, apparently.
Essentially, here's the drill that I got concussed. Not the moment I got concussed, but the drill I got concussed.
It looks like the moment you got concussed.
It does, but it wasn't me. That was Derek Banks taking a shot from, I think that's Augie Hines.
That's not a real name.
Augustus Hines, yeah. Here was a great drill where we had to slide under each other's legs and get back up and then do it again. I really don't know.
All right, this is starting to
It sounds really weird.
Yeah, starting to get into places that I don't know if we're allowed to talk about.
Here around full skate, all the goalies skate, and you had to go full speed lest you get shot in the head. So there we go. Any other stuff? Playing soccer at the end because that didn't cause a problem. This was pre camp where we're just dicking around playing end to end ice. The guys who got there early, pull out nets and just 3-on-3 hockey with the coaches. Random shot of the ice, random picture of us. We did have top class facilities though. We had our name above our locker. You get 2 seats apiece. You had to set your gear up a certain way, and you go in the professional route.
Nice. So, those are like the hotel conference chairs.
Essentially, and we took up 2 conference rooms. One conference room for dry land, one for locker room training, one for dry land and like massage therapy because we had a massage therapist there because Marty's wife was a massage therapist, so that helped.
There you go.
So yeah, and that was Death Camp '98. That was only a weekend or 1 week. The next time it was Death Camp '99 was 2 weeks. 2 weeks and like 15 more people on that ice. I'm just like, motherfuck, really? And like none of us did anything with our lives out of these camps, and like I don't think any of us.
CHL and CHL guys out of there.
But they were already hooked onto the pro. Like they had already made it before we got. Like they didn't do the training beforehand. Like they weren't products of the training.
I see.
So whatever. I mean, that was pretty. I mean, it was an experience. I mean, and it's funny because the people I still. Like I haven't seen a lot of these people for years, but I still mention JP death camps, and they're just like, "Oh, this like they go into this rage." It's like I can't believe we were allowed to do that, and I can't believe we all survived that. But man,
is this where you got your rules about spaghetti? It's from JP?
No, that was a Gary Webb exclusive.
Gary Webb.
Yeah, it was Doug's dad. And he was our rec coach in, I think it was Pee Wee hockey. And he's just like, he had 2 things. First off, he would come to the locker room at 6 a.m. during our games because ice time was at a premium, apparently. Mm-hmm. He's just like, guys, I talked to my doctor. He says, I've only got 2 weeks to live, but we can extend that time if we get a win here tonight. It's like, well, that's motivating, I suppose. And then yeah, the 3 rules of hockey. It was don't tug on Superman's cape. Spaghetti and pizza always taste best on the second day, and defensive hockey wins games. So those are the 3 keys of hockey, according to Gary Webb. The best dude ever, and still.
I think didn't you print a bunch of those out and put them up in the locker room during one of the Deadeye playoffs?
It was during the championship season when we were still the Blue Badgers, I think.
So that was season 1.
That was season 1. It was the original season. And yeah, that was printed those out, put them up on the board. And
the only goal I allowed in a 3-game series was scored off of Jeff Bloss's stick.
Well, hey, if not for teammates, you wouldn't have enemies, I think. So yeah, that was a thing. That was a fun year because we went on the parking lot and drank afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Just sat in the parking lot, reveling in our glory.
We're still allowed to do that.
Yep, back when we were also good. Yeah. we weren't injured.
That was 2 knee surgeries ago for me.
that was a citizenship ago for me.
Those were the days.
Oh,
that was 15 years, almost 15. No, yeah, almost 15 years ago. At this
15 years ago. Wow. Yeah, because that was 2002-03. And then the next year we got bumped up midway through the season, I think.
Probably.
And then we played in the championship game against and then we fight against the Fighting Docks, and then we lost in 3 games, and that was my last game of a season for Deadeye. Yeah. Well, not my last game in the States, but
that's it. That was it.
Yeah, that was it. It was over. It was done after that. All right, so I suppose should get to some news. We're an hour 20 in. We had some hockey. We talked about JP Mattingly's great camps and just the way of doing things, and like that taught you how to like that. I think to sum that up, that's how a hockey player felt to be in the 70s. I believe I truly believe that, just because of how rough it was and how much travel you had to go through and how much training you had to go through too, and you got nowhere. And beach, and there was broads there too. But we were like we were like 16, 17. I think the oldest one that wasn't a trainer was like, I think that was me and Will were the oldest because we shared a birthday, so 17. So we didn't know what the hell to do. Well, we did, but we didn't want to show it in front of our parents. That would have been weird.
No.
Anyway. All right. Some injuries from last week. One of the big injuries, Marcus Kruger of the Chicago Blackhawks. He had wrist surgery. He is out 4 months, which I'm sure the Hawks will like in cap relief. So that helps them a little bit. It's almost like that's going to take them to the limit. Almost going to take them to the playoffs. So that's something.
All right.
Good for them. Mark Scheifele, concussion by his own player. During practice, he ran into Andrew Ladd and got a concussion during a drill.
Sounds like Scotty was special there.
It is ironic. I forgot I was even put that in there, even though I wrote this like 3 hours ago. Yeah, so there you go, Mark Scheifele. Andrew Ladd's just like, well, what can I do? I'm like, well, what could you do? You're right, Andrew. Goalie injuries, Euro Halak, upper body injury. He's day-to-day, but hey, aren't we all? Reto Berra, ankle injury. He is out week to week. And Garrett Sparks, lower body injury. He is out, quote-unquote, long-term for the Maple Leafs. And
that never sounds good.
No, and it's funny because apparently
it's another injury term. They introduce a new injury term every time. What does long-term mean? Long-term doesn't mean anything.
Nope. Somehow it means something, though. William Nylander, the valued prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs, got a concussion in the World Juniors. He's day-to-day. They're going to be very cautious with him, obviously.
At least they long-term. Can't we just say 10 weeks? Or like 12 weeks. What is it? What did I get all worked up about before?
It was
going to be out like 13 to 14 weeks. Like,
yeah,
really?
Exactly. You're just like, why couldn't you put this in months?
Yeah.
Why isn't this 3 to 4 months?
It's like when the babies are like 27 months old. No, your baby is almost 3 years old.
Yeah, no, first off, your baby's just past 2.
Almost 2. All right. Well,
24 months.
Potato.
Oh God. Cam Fowler's got a knee injury. He's out indefinitely for late Mighty Ducks. Nick Spalding, upper body injury. The Maple Leafs said he's out long term as well.
The dreaded long-term injury.
Long-term injury. Oh, Yepapai strap match. David Savard of the Columbus Blue Jackets, upper body injury. He is out for 3 more weeks.
So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of 9 injuries, nine injuries that we have reported here, 2 of them have a number associated with how long they think they're going to be out. I don't know if I'm happy about this or angry about this, because I mean, it's hard to predict how long someone's going to be out. Putting a number with it always seemed weird to me. But once you start doing it, like, you can't stop doing it. You can't just say, he's going to be out for a little bit. Like,
once you pop, you can't stop, is what you're saying?
What's that?
Once you pop, you can't stop, is what you're saying?
That's it. I mean, once you start giving numbers and stuff, the NFL requires accurate injury reporting. Does the NHL not? Does the CBA not require teams to accurately depict injuries?
That's why you get upper body and lower body. That's why the upper body and lower body exist. You don't have to be pinpoint. You just have to give a general thing. Well, I mean, last week, Mark, it was only the Kruger and Savard that had numbers to it. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day-to-day, 1 week-to-week, and 2 long-term. Sorry, 6 day-to-day. So, these things happen.
That's the life we live.
Exactly.
The era we live in.
Yeah. By the way, the guy that they fired Mike Johnston for, Daniel Sprong of the Penguins, got sent back to the juniors. So the guy that they were bitching about, hey, play this kid. You know what? You're fired. You know what? We're going to send him back down to juniors afterwards anyway. So he wasn't really fitting in for us. So good for the Penguins to do that. Oh,
well played.
Good job, guys. We're going to have to get into this one now. Look, if your last name is Kane, don't go to Buffalo.
Apparently.
That's all I'm saying. And if you go to Buffalo, don't do scumbag things that could get you caught. Allegedly.
Well, allegedly, yes. We don't know what
Allegedly.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. Well, apparently Evander Kane has been accused of a sexual offense in a Buffalo hotel room. Details of it obviously
Wait,
are coming.
why does Evander Kane need a hotel room in Buffalo?
I don't know. He still might be trying to find a house. He's got a phone.
He's been there for over a year.
No, he's been there for.
He got traded for.
Yeah,
when was that trade?
He got traded for Tyler Meyer and stuff like that. That was last December or something like that.
That was last February. So he hasn't been there quite a year yet.
But he also was injured too, so who knows when he actually decided to take up residency. Like at the end of that season, he was still he left. He had a shoulder injury and he didn't play out like the rest of the season.
I still see no good reason for Evander Kane to be in a hotel room.
No, absolutely not.
That alone tells me that something might be up here.
Something could be amiss. So
I'm no detective, I'm no Sherlock Holmes, I'm no Carmen Sandiego, but the fact that Evander Kane was in a hotel room leads me to believe that there was shady business going on because he doesn't need a hotel room in Buffalo.
Bad news bears. Definitely bad news bears. He says, "quote unquote," I have done nothing wrong. So he actually addressed the things. And man, dude, first off, woof.
It's been a rough year for Canes.
It's been a rough year for Canes. It's been a rough time for sexual allegations when it comes to NHL players, especially brutal one, especially in the Kings organization. It's been pretty bad, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to clean up our act," and then 2 months later, one of their guys gets busted and sent back because he got arrested for choking his girlfriend. So it's dude, first off, when's the NHL going to do something about that? And if these allegations aren't true, what the hell? I guess I can understand why the NHL doesn't do anything, because it's well, how can we tie our hand? What can we do? We can't suspend these guys on suspicion, or else a lot of these guys are going to get suspended because there's probably a lot of suspicious shit around them. I mean, you obviously Varlamov they screwed up on, because he actually turned himself in. They should have suspended him then. They didn't do that. Slava Voinov they suspended after he got arrested. That was the right thing to do, and then he got deported. And then the two Canes, it's just okay. They didn't suspend so far. I haven't suspended either of them because they haven't been charged. But everyone obviously on just in their mob mentality is well, he was alleged to this, so we have to suspend him. Well, I don't know if you have to or not. And then the gray area begins. And if you don't believe the person who accused him, then you're a scumbag asshole. And if you wrongly accuse, and especially in Evander Kane's case, if you say something wrong, you might be a racist too. So that throws another thing into this whole deal.
So here's what I don't understand about these situations. The NHL usually puts together their own investigative team to go see what happens. Why not just wait and see what the police come up with instead of spending resources to go have your own investigation? That seems redundant to me. Are they putting together their own assessment team, or are they waiting to see what the police come up with? Because I think I would hope that they're waiting for the police. Yeah,
I think it's waiting. Because, well, I mean, it's like you said, this is an investigation. It's not as if something has happened and he was arrested, right? It's not he was put on charges.
Yeah, and where did these come from? All I heard was that there was allegations of sexual offense. Not.
Here we go. Allegedly. Okay. Well, here's our answer to everything, Mark. The alleged incident occurred early Sunday at a downtown hotel where Kane is living.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, he's living in a hotel still.
Interesting.
All right, check.
It was
check off of my list of suspicious things. I guess that's not suspicious.
It was after the Sabres got back from Buffalo and they went at Boston. Police issued a statement that was limited, saying there is no report and charges have been filed. So no report or no charges have been filed. There's that. The investigation is in preliminary stage, and according to a person with direct knowledge of the details who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity, because officials are not publicly commenting about the case. The person said the police searched Kane's room at the hotel and towed his vehicle, describing that as standard practice in such cases. And there is that. I'm trying to think if there's anything more. Here we go. Kane is the second to be investigated investigated for a sex offense by police in the Buffalo area this year. In November, prosecuted cited a lack of credibility and allegations of Patrick Kane, who was accused of assaulting a woman in its off-season home outside of Buffalo in August. So there we go. That's what the Canadian press has of two days ago. So Kane spoke for 30 seconds, didn't take any questions, and basically said, "I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. Word to your mom. Peace out." So there you go. Evander Kane did nothing wrong. So there we go. Trying to think if there's anything else. I should check to see if he's actually playing tonight. I'll do that in a second while we talk about something else. We talk about Ben Scrivens going to Montreal, Zach Kassian going to Edmonton. I reported that early on the Farm Report this Sunday. So if you listened to it, you knew what was up, because I predicted this because this is the rumor mill before I went on air. And once the trade freeze was lifted, boom, they got rid of parts unknown. Scrivens actually played for the Canadiens on Tuesday night, 3-1 loss to the surprising Florida Panthers are first in the Atlantic Division. Mark, are you hyped up about them?
I am kind of excited about the Panthers. Hopefully this brings out more fans to watch the very exciting Jaromir Jagr and the rest of that team. It's weird that Jagr, Huberdeau, I guess, also the face of the franchise, but
Alexander Barkov. But I mean, Jagr's the one getting most of the. Of course, because he's Jagr, man. Jaromir Jagr. Why wouldn't you go to him? He's a great read. Him and Luongo, two great guys to have in that Panthers locker room.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty cool.
But good for them. Keep it up. Especially since that division's so spread out. It's got to be almost all of their competition, with the exception of Tampa Bay, is practically Canada. So they got some
Northeast corridor. Yeah, and they're doing pretty good. Berto Luongo's holding up, so that helps.
Yes, he is.
And yeah,
it looks like he's happier down in Miami. What do you think?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, he pushed for that trade for how long? And obviously, happy wife makes a happy life, is what they say.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, how much you think about that in your time?
I would agree with that statement.
Evander Kane in the lineup tonight. 5 shots so far through almost 2 periods. 1-1 Caps and Buffalo. So there's that. Johnny is drunk, I'm sure. We will see how that goes.
Yes.
So John Tortorella's going off on everybody. He called his he said to his veterans, "I see weakness. I see weakness." Like, how is that? This is almost like a guy who doesn't want to keep his job past this year, and I don't think he cares to keep this job after this year, to be quite honest with you. I mean,
that's always the way Tortorella's coached, I feel. He doesn't really care about self-preservation. He just wants to make headlines.
Of course. That's how he raises his stock and somehow gets other coaching jobs even after being out of coaching for years. Let me see if I can find the actual quote. By the way, Sam Gagne and Scott Gomez both placed on waivers. I think they both cleared today too.
I'm not surprised about Gomez. I'm sort of surprised about Gagne.
Yeah, I am surprised too, because he would be an asset for some people. But he is now in Lehigh Valley. He will be playing in Allentown, the Billy Joel song. He'll be playing that as he drives down to Allentown.
Over and over again.
Just on repeat. Exactly, as he has to go to Allentown. Because Philly to Allentown is not I've done that ride. It's not a fun ride. It's not quite a ride at all, honestly. It's more of an experience.
Yeah.
Also, Brad Marchand suspended 3 games for clipping this past week.
For just generally being a dick.
For just being Brad, even though he's one of the better players for Les Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here's what he told Sean Mitchell of the Columbus Dispatch. let's call a spade a spade. It's embarrassing, and that's what we are. I'm not going to tiptoe around here. That's how we play right now. I think I'm going to need to depend on the kids to get us out of this because I'm not getting squat from the top players as far as that stuff. It's frustrating. I watched how we played in the first period right on to the second, and I see weakness. I think we're weak mentally, and it's not the kids. I worry about the kids getting the bad habits by watching other people. That's frightening to me. This has to change. All right. Well, he's calling out Scott Hartnell. He's calling out Ryan Johansson. He's calling out all the people. This parlays into last week when they're apparently Jarmo Kekalainen was getting a lot of calls about Ryan Johansson, trying to trade him. So I'm thinking to myself, this is how Tortorella breaks down the Columbus Blue Jackets from the inside. Getting rid of their best players and then getting fired. Perfect. Way to break them down. Like, set them back 2-3 years. Way to go, Johnny.
Yes, he's tearing them down from the inside. This was what he was trying to do all along.
It's got to be, man. Like, there's no other way, man. Like him in Columbus, especially in the fact that I don't think he's going to survive this year, and I don't think he cares to survive this year. I see him. I don't think he was the right choice. I think you bring somebody else in that. I know you want to light a fire into these guys' asses, but these guys haven't had a coach like this probably ever. And you're going to throw them to the wolves like this. That's, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that's pretty bad management on your behest. I don't know. It's almost like throwing. It's like how Glenn Hanlon was the coach of the Caps, and like he didn't fit there for one reason or another, and then they're just like, well, no, we're going to stick with this for a year, and then just almost destroy the team entirely. Luckily, Alex Ovechkin happened, so that helped them out a little bit. But hey. Whatever. That's why I'm not a GM here. That's why I'm not a GM or anything. I'm just a commentator. That's it. Schooling, whatever. Like, I think if I get one break, man, if I get that one break, I think we're doing it. I think I'm there.
I think you've always been there.
Oh, dude, have you seen my fantasy hockey record? Come on. That's what I should display on a resume. If I ever apply for a GM job, I've taken my team to the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rebuilding year every year. Because, well, we all reset. It's not a keeper league or anything like that.
I always find the best talent late in the drafts.
Exactly. And then we find guys who can win faceoffs. So I think that my presence in there, penalty minutes too.
Wingers that can win faceoffs is huge.
Oh, if you can find multi-positional guys, you're made. I literally got a guy who's a center, left wing, and a right wing. You got every spot in the world, brother. I don't have to worry about trying to flex you out, man. If I got a left wing spot open, I don't have any centers or right wings. Come on, you're right there in that left wing spot, bud. I'll go down and tell the players. Tell the players that. No, bro. Listen, I think I got you. Don't worry about this. By the way, I want to say this: the Washington Capitals are a team. The Washington Capitals are putting me in that thing where I'm getting hopeful. And I don't like that.
Boy.
I've said this weeks ago, and I don't feel happy with this.
This is where it starts.
This is where it begins. And I don't, Mark. I'm scared. I'm scared that this could be the year. I'm having daydreams of what's going to happen when the Caps get to the Stanley Cup Final. I'm having these daydreams at work because I hate putting away cheese. That's non-related, but I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, wow. Braden Holtby, I think, has 23 wins already this year. So first off, that's insane. He's got 23 wins. We're not even at calendar year 2016 yet.
And as you say that, Zemgus Girgensons scores a goal. It's 2-1 Buffalo.
Dude, you can't stop get Zemgus Girgensson. You can only hope.
Zemgus Girgensons.
The Latvian lover, Zemgus Girgensson. Sounds like a disease. Sounds like something you get if you don't clean yourself properly.
Oh boy.
Braden Holtby, 23 wins. John Quick, 20 wins. Braden Holtby leading wins. What is Braden Holtby's goals against average? Is Braden Holtby leading that as well? No, he's second to John Gibson from USA from Good Morning America.
Yeah.
So
good guy, that John Gibson.
He is. And Braden Holtby third in the save percentage behind Michael Neuvirth and James Reimer. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? And who has the most shots against, you ask? Who do you think has the most shots against, Mark?
Against?
Yeah, what team do you think the goalie gets the most shots against?
I'm going to go with the Bruins.
Wow, I'm not even seeing Tuukka Rask in here on the top. He's 15th at 752 shots against.
Right down the middle.
Right in the split right there. Craig Anderson is your leader in shots against at 1,010 shots against. Hendrik Lundqvist is second at 930. Corey Crawford third at 904. So there you go. That's the news you need to know. Also, Scott Gomez placed on unconditional waivers, so he will be bought out and sent away if he clears tomorrow at noon. So Happy New Year to him. You're not going to be on the Blues anymore. Meh.
Peace out.
Apparently, the Florida Panthers have gotten a Kevin Spacey Award, Inspired Award.
I just saw that. That is hilarious.
They have a sweatshirt that goes to the hero of the game. Have you seen the picture of it?
Yeah, it is delightful. It's Kevin in space.
It's Kevin Spacey in space. How about that? House of Cards. Shout out House of Cards. Haven't seen House of Cards yet, have you?
No, but Adam McClure's father is going to be in the upcoming season.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he's going to be on the what's it called, the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He's going to have a seat at the table. I don't know what chief he is playing.
Wow.
But he's going to be there. So how crazy is that?
That's insane.
He's going to be sitting around the table making faces, making worried faces. I would assume.
Please tell me that Adam McClure's dad's name is Troy.
It is not Troy, unfortunately. It's Don McClure.
Don McClure. I was going to say Troy. Then he could go, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might see me in such playthings as House of Cards."
And it would work.
It would work. He'd do the whole Simpsons gimmick. It'd be great. Oh, it'd be great if Adam had like a walk-on role where he just went up and whispered in his dad's ear, and his dad just looked back at him and just shook his head, and he walked out of the room. Like that's a role Adam went out for. Oh, that's awesome though.
I'd watch the show just for that.
just for that role, it would be great. Hey, how psyched are you about Friday's game?
I'm pumped about Friday's game. I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch it. It's still a day game, right?
It's supposedly a noon start, I think, or 1 o'clock start.
Excellent. I may or may not be in front of a television for that.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a fun game.
Should be. It looks like the temperatures are right down there. By the way, it was made official this week also that the CHL or CWHL women's and the NWHL will play a game. The Montreal Canadiens against the Boston Pride will play Thursday, tomorrow. Right. One problem. Nobody from the U.S. national or Canadian national teams will be there, I don't think, because they have camps. So no Hillary Knights, no other people there who go. I only know Hillary Knight. I'm not going to lie. So they will not be there. The big names will not be there, which I think is kind of shitty. But I mean, I guess that's also how schedules work out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very.
What other? I mean, who else is gonna? Is it all local people? Like, obviously, it's not really team affiliation when it comes to that sort of game. So how is that? How are they going to fill out those rosters?
Oh no, those rosters are filled out. Like they get players in there from like other teams and stuff.
Like so it's just sort of random.
Well, they have their roster and things like that, and then they go ahead and I guess if there's some women who can't play or get injured, they call up from, I guess, a reserve list or whatever that they might have, and they go from there.
Gotcha. I just wasn't sure, how exactly that was going to happen. But okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, they lost, especially with Boston, because Boston has a lot of U.S. National team players on it, so they are not going to be there, which kind of hurts. Kind of hurts things because obviously for them they would want to play on that outdoor stage, on that big stage, and that's a lot of name recognition there too for people who just watch the Olympic women's hockey and aren't familiar with things, and that's kind of shitty. So maybe next year they'll do it right. Maybe they can do something else. Maybe the two leagues, which apparently, according to Elliot Friedman's 30 Thoughts, apparently it was a cat fight and just a bickering session about how they can make this work. So it took forever to get them to agree to it, and then the NHL brokered the deal, and then booyah, they will be playing at the Foxborough Stadium. So good for them. So if we were allowed to have one of the people who work for the CWHL on, we would, but apparently they're not allowed to because of other commitments. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. These things happen, but hey, oopsie. Maybe we can get some insight from them sooner rather than later. So we'll see. I also saw an interesting article about the CWHL and their profiting, and then the NWHL, and in terms of paying their players, what they would have to average on a season. 1,500 people, they said they would have to average over the season attendance in order to break even or make a profit the first year. So
that's not bad.
Not too bad. And NWHL also got Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship, so that helps in terms of money and revenue. So that helps as well. So that probably even lowers things. So that's not too shabby. I haven't seen attendance numbers or anything like that, but people are amped up about it. There's no one the problem with me trying to go to a Calgary Infernos game, they're like at 9 a.m. in the morning, as opposed to 9 a.m. at night. But 9 a.m. in the morning, wow, that was redundant. But they're like 9 a.m. and they're like cross town. I'm like, God damn it. First off, get better ice time. Like, come on, WinSport, help them out. Get them nice ice time, like afternoon Sunday games or night Saturday games. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, there's that. That's me just ranting and raving over nothing in particular. All right, let's. What do you think? 2015. What do you think was the standout thing through hockey in 2015 for you personally?
Unfortunately, I think the biggest news getter for hockey was all the controversy over hockey in 2015. I mean, at least outside the hockey community. As far as inside the hockey community, some of my favorite stories are always Jaromir Jagr. Anything Jaromir Jagr related, whether it comes to the mullet regrowing or him being or at least attempted to be blackmailed on Instagram, which didn't happen because it's Jaromir Jagr. I always enjoy a good Jaromir Jagr story, so I'm going to go with that was my favorite part of hockey in 2015 was Jaromir Jagr.
I think my favorite part of hockey in 2015, I'm going to have to say, Jaromir Jagr is also a great one. The Blackhawks dynasty or whatever the hell you want to call it's a thing. World Cup of Hockey. Actually, no, I'm going to keep that for the next one. That's going to be what I'm looking forward to. But just I think the first year of the big deal for Canada, at least Canadian wise, and just the amount of hockey that's been on TV in terms of that, and that's a big thing just in general. Like I can flip it on right now to a local station. There's probably going to be a hockey game on. So that's pretty cool. Sportsnet's got you covered, even though they have done nothing with the coverage that's extraordinary, but you can't expect them to because TV is TV. On the ice, I mean, I still hold out hope for the Caps. I think the Dallas Stars are a great example of teams that can score at will but have no defense and makes them fun to watch. So that's so you're probably gonna see 6-5 games, 7-5 games, but they're a team that I think have grown, and I think that the dismantling of the Columbus Blue Jackets and the hopefulness the Edmonton Oilers bring to their fans could be also storylines ending out this year that I'm just like, wow, look at how far these teams have fallen, and look at how much hope these teams have given to their fan base that may or may not turn around for one way or the other. So there's that. 2016 though, what are we looking forward to in 2016? What do you is there anything on your radar?
I mean, you said Caps in 2015. I'm going to say I'm looking forward to seeing if these teams like the Stars and the Caps can keep up their pace and if if we're looking at Florida, Washington, Dallas, and whoever's leading out in the Pacific, I'm not sure who it is, to be perfectly honest with you. If they can hold on to their leads, right? You're saying Florida?
Florida's good.
Florida.
I think
Montreal.
the Kings would lead
hold
the Pacific. think the Kings are leading the Pacific, but the Pacific is so messed up right now that they could lose that lead at any moment.
Yeah. Let's actually take a look here before I start talking about these playoff pictures.
Mark's going to take a look there. And,
so Florida. Yeah, Florida. I mean, Montreal's just. I can't believe how much they rely on Carey Price. 2-8-0 in the last 10. That's just unbelievable. So yeah, there you go. Los Angeles is 11 points ahead of Arizona, so they're sitting pretty, but they only have 48 points. So if Florida if Florida can keep this up, I'd love to see a team like Florida head into the playoffs as one of the quote unquote favorites, so to speak. But just to see if these teams can keep up what they're doing, maybe see if Montreal can rebound for Lyle's sake. But other than that, I mean, as a Caps fan, I'd love to see if the Caps can keep this up. Now, I'm not going to expect it, because if I expect it, then it definitely won't happen.
Exactly. It's like Christmas. Like, you expect the gift and you don't get it. It's like, oh, now you're disappointed. Mm-hmm. But we've been trained to not expect anything, because it probably won't happen, and we'll be disappointed even if we expect it to be the worst, we're going to still be disappointed by it. Like the Rangers last year. It was like, oh, we were up 3-1, but oh no.
Yep, and it happened.
And it happened again. So everybody at Game 7 is just like, oh, you're so pessimistic. Caps fans, why are all you Caps fans so pessimistic? We should be building up the team. It's like, no, we've been here before. We've dealt with this before. Yeah, we know the script. And I like their motto this year is stick to the script. I'm just like, well, if we stick to the script, that means we're going to go up 3-1 again, or the Caps are going to go up 3-1 again, and you're going to lose again. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I mentioned it, the World Cup of Hockey. I want to see Team Europe against Team U24 in the final of the World Cup of Hockey, and this blow up completely in the face of the NHLPA.
Yes, I can't wait.
That's going to be extravagant, and I can't wait one moment. It starts in September, and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to, just to see also how much they can actually monetize off of the international events. That's not because they don't monetize off the Olympics. They barely monetize off the Worlds because that's double IHF, and they steal the money that way. And it's going to be interesting to see how they monetize it, and if the Blue Jays have a run like they did last year, how many people would actually be interested in watching hockey when the Blue Jays are going on. So that's another thing to look out for. So 2016 is nary a few days, a day away, right? 2 days away?
Yeah, it's only a day away.
Day and a half away. I gotta buy a new calendar.
It's not tomorrow.
I haven't bought a new wall calendar. I gotta go do that.
You should get the Caps canine calendar. It's all the Caps players with dogs.
I assumed as much. But I had a funny story. I walked in today after coming home from bowling, and then I looked at the couch, and like my roommate's cat sitting on my couch in my living area. And I stared at him for a bit. He stared back, and I went, Monsignor, and he meowed at me and lifted his paw out like he was to bless me. And then I'm just like, well, this is too weird. I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is weird.
He named his cat Monsignor?
No, I just said Monsignor because I thought it was the thing to do. His name's Raccoon because he ate out of garbage as a kid. So,
I like it.
It works out.
It's not just a clever name.
No, we also have a dog named Bruce, but she's a girl.
Oh, Bruce with it.
Yeah, Bruce Jenner, I think his name is. I don't know. Get it? Because it's.
I get it.
Anyway.
I get it now. You had to explain it to me.
Anyway, folks, we've had fun here.
Yeah. Scotty and Mark show.
The Scotty and Mark show is always a good one when we reminisce about things. Yeah, Mark, close us out on shout-outs for 2015.
All right. Shout out to a new year. New you. New year, new you, right? That's what they always say. I don't want a new me. I'm good the way I am. Shout out
We like you the way you are too, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Shucks. Shout out to... I don't know if I did this yet. I had some time off of work to to delve into some video games. I played The Last of Us a couple weeks ago. Very, very good game. I highly recommend that if you haven't played it yet. It's only a PlayStation thing, so it's only out on PlayStation 3 or 4. But check it out. Very, very good game. Other than that, everybody just have a happy New Year. Don't do anything I wouldn't do on New Year's Eve. And have a good time. And be safe.
There you go. Perfect.
That's all I got.
Good way to end it up, brother. Good way to end this whole thing out. Yeah, Last of Us. I've seen people play that game and like doing the YouTubes and they do the playthroughs. I'm like, I can't play these games. I don't have the patience for it. But I like watching people play games. It gets me interested. And like, well, maybe I'll play this one. No, that takes way too long.
It's a good story. It's only like 20 to 30 hours worth of story, so it's not like crazy. Probably more like 20. It's not like a crazy investment like a really long role playing game would be. But
first off, WWE needs to hire those writers because they can actually get a lot of story.
Yeah.
So that'd be helpful. For me, shout out to the Mr. Mike's crew. I'm going to be going up there tomorrow to hang out, maybe get my beer, and who knows what the hell's going to happen with that. Hang out for a bit, ring in the new year somehow, some way. It's going to be New Year, but same old me because I'm too lazy to change. I'm too old for this changing bullshit. Also, on Friday, simbin.net. You guys should check it out. On Friday, we're going to have a new I guess I work there, kind of. So we're going to have a new web design. It's going to be nice and crisp and clean. It's going to be like Outcast back in the day. So fresh and so clean. So there's that. You guys can check that out. Also check out the stuff that's going on. We're running the minor league hockey world. Everybody else is impersonating us. We had the real shit. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just yelling at an absolute pace. Shout out to Christmas. That was cool. It was fun. Especially for the kid. That's always cool. And yeah, like Mark said, have a safe New Year's. Do all the things I wouldn't do because I don't do much, so you can do whatever. But just be safe and join us again next Wednesday when holy crap, it's History Girl's birthday. Oops. That's a lie. I sent her a gift already. Maybe we'll see if we can get her on. We'll see what we'll see if she's got a big project at work, so I don't know if she's going to be available. We'll see what we can do. See if she'll just pop on. We'll say hi and we'll talk bullshit as we always do. So that's it. That's all for Mark with a C. I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself and someone else. It's been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com or iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. That's also our Tumblr. You can also check us out on Twitter, Faceoff HCKY Show, and on the Facebook FOHS Radio. Until next week, Happy New Year to you and yours. Till then, peace.
Bye-bye.